This episode was brought to you by Midwest Productions and the 2017 NGA Natural Peoria Championships. Make sure you RSVP their event page, 2017 NGA Natural Peoria Championships, for their October 28th event held at the Embassy Suites by Hilton in East Peoria, Illinois. In the details section of this episode, there will be links for their website and also where to purchase tickets.
Welcome to Phlatt TV Podcast, powered by Phlatt Linerz Radio, where we don't jump in lanes, we build them. I am She Marie, and I am here with
Cherry Juicy Red Kool-Aid.
Hey, boo.
Hey.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going good. How's it going for you?
I'm tired. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I am tired. And I'm tired of watching this damn show like 4 times already.
Keep falling asleep at the same part.
Asleep. Man, I'm so disappointed with The Walking Dead. I really am. And usually that's my crack. I'll stay up 2-3 o'clock in the morning and watch it, but I just could not keep my eyes open at all.
It was hard to get into it. There's not enough action, too much downtime in between. Like, it was really hard to get into it and stay focused on what was going on for real.
And what was up with them damn clocks? Like, what? Yeah, I was like, I need to see that clock and go to sleep, because that shit was no good at all. At all.
Time being stressed so much in the show, it seems like a lot of it was wasted. Like, you just stretching out a meal and by adding a lot of filler, but nothing of real substance.
But out of all the seasons of watching this, I think what it is they're trying to get like the viewers to just come down from last season, because I think they don't really have anything to offer this season, so they just try to like bait you into it. That's what I'm getting into it, but I wasn't baiting. I wasn't even taking them.
Yeah, it's not enough bait.
Exactly.
You're not going to catch no fish with that at all. It's just not going to work.
And which I'm kind of upset, because I heard it was supposed to be action-packed, nonstop, and I didn't see it. Well, I saw the action behind my eyelids. Now, I didn't see that.
Well, at least you watched half of it, so that counts for something.
Oh, well, cool. Oh, shoot. What I get? I get a cookie.
Maybe later.
Okay, cool.
Well, what do you think about the opening scene? You see Rick laying there. I thought he was in a casket at first. The way he was set out, you saw the camera angle showing the flowers, and his beard is trimmed perfectly. His hair is laying perfectly on those satiny sheets.
I did see that. But I got a question, though. Do you think they got drug dealers there post-apocalypse? Because didn't Rick look like he was smoking crack? Them red eyes, it looked like blood was coming out. Like, what was going on? It was like, is that nigga on crack?
It's the apocalypse. When do you not need it more?
That's a point. That's a point there.
With everything going on and all that trauma, without having some way to release that, I mean, you're just going to wind up crazy.
Just light up. Yeah, I really didn't get that scene, though. And then it seemed like they was just switching back and forth through it. I don't know. It kind of looked like they was in some type of nursing home, just chilling. I don't know. I was lost.
Michonne turned into a soccer mom. Sitting at the table having her latte.
But she would be like the coolest soccer mom ever, though.
She would.
Yeah, you know, she can get out there and show Carl, you know, how to, you know, do little tricks with the little soccer ball and everything. And then she can totally whoop ass at the same time. That'd be so hot. I wish she was my soccer mom. Adopt me.
I really love the relationship between her and Rick, and the fact that Carl is that accepting to her. I mean, they really made their own family. It made it work.
Well, they really didn't have no choice. I mean, they killed together. They had to scavenge for food together. That will kind of bring somebody close to a certain extent.
And there's been decisions that both of them were really upset with, and that sometimes you thought it was going to be unforgivable.
True.
But they have a better family life than he had with his wife.
That is so true. Cause she was boinking the best friend.
I don't think we should get into that because she thought he was dead. And at this, while I understand that she shouldn't have turned to him, it's like that's his best friend, so he was trying to take care of the family, and it's like he fell in love with her. I think that's different than them just sneaking around and he has one foot in the grave. All that trauma and death and being on the brink of dying all the time. Sometimes the only way to make sense of that is to cleave with somebody.
Bullshit. But
I think
so. But okay, I know we're getting off subject of this season, but when Rick did show up, she was still trying to sneak around with old dude though.
True.
Okay, moving on.
True.
Now you leading this show because I didn't watch it. So what else is on your list? I'm not even gonna fake it.
Well, I think I was surprised that for everything that Negan has going on, for being such a control freak,
Negan, yes,
that he doesn't notice all his lookouts disappearing. Nobody's checking in. I mean, somebody is systematically taking out all of these points and nobody's noticing everything.
But he's Negan. Why do he care?
It's the principle. It's not the fact that he cares. It's that he has to maintain that image, because without that image, without him inflicting fear into everybody, he really has no power. Everybody's just too scared of him.
That is true, but I think he already established that. I mean, when you see someone get pushed into a furnace and then you laughing about it, it's like, I'm pretty convinced that this mother lover ain't wrapped too tight, and I'm not trying to cross him. So I think he already established that. He really don't even care. They're expendable.
What about self-preservation?
Oh, he definitely has that. Definitely.
It just seems like he would have been more on point knowing that something was going on, for as calculating and omniscient that he seems sometimes.
True, but I think at this point Negan is like really comfortable, and I think this is the prime time that all the other what do you call them, colonies, or I don't know.
I just call them survivors.
Survivors. Yeah, that's fitting. You know, the other survivors, I'm like, this is the prime time to get Negan, because he's just a little too cocky. Mm-hmm. And he is getting a little careless. But that's that narcissistic side. So, yeah. But Negan, though, the greatest asshole ever walked in the Walking Dead world.
You don't want him to win, but you really don't want to see him lose, because then there'll be no more of him.
I know, right? Out of all the villains that came through The Walking Dead, I must say he is my favorite.
Yeah, he's unpredictable.
It's unpredictable. I think it's the asshole quality in him that I like, though. I think I like that, though. And we were just talking about how he used the rag on Carl's eye. I was like, oh my God. To be a teenager with one eye, and then you get your balls busted by this grown ass man.
But it kept him alive.
It's true.
It kept him alive. He was just so much in awe of Carl and what he's went through and how strong he was in spite of that.
Yeah.
That he's the only person that's ever crossed him and gotten away with it.
Yeah, because I think Negan sees himself in Carl. I think that's what it is. At that age, I could see Negan having those big cojones. I think that's what it is. He admires Carl because he reminds him so much of himself.
Okay. Well, it is good to see some changes with Carl, to see his relationship with Rick transform into something that was pretty much way past the border of disrespect. Like he was really, he had no chill about it. He just didn't care. He told him very bluntly how he felt about him, and like there was no love at that point in their relationship from Carl, really.
It wasn't. It was disappointing that it had to go to that point, but I kind of feel Carl to a certain extent. I just can't imagine disrespecting my parent, especially that's the only one you have. But at the same time, you see, you have grown up with this man and he's been strong, protecting, a provider for everyone. And then he just pretty much just bowed down to this egotistic maniac. And Carl's all about that action. I ain't mad at Carl. Like, F it. Do or die. Let's do it. Let's kill him. Get him out the way.
But I think if Rick would have acted at the time, they would all be dead.
And I wholeheartedly agree, but I'm just thinking along the terms of what Carl was thinking. Like, he didn't care. Like, look, my family is in trouble. This man's a threat. Let's remove the threat. But just being a high-headed teenager and not looking at the whole picture.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt that way. Like, a lot of people were scared too, but at the same time, we're like, why aren't you just jumping in there and while we doing something? It seemed like he was just broken. Like Negan broke him.
Oh, he definitely broke him. No doubt about that. He was definitely broken about that, especially with his right-hand man, Glenn, dying, and his number 2, Abraham. I mean, that was a blow. And then on top of that, his son was potentially about to die as well.
That's his daughter.
Right. I mean, that's enough to break any man. But at the same time, this is a different type of enemy here. And he's not a typical enemy.
True.
And no one could figure him out. So it's like that's basically going into war blindly. You definitely want to get to know your enemy.
Exactly.
And try to find out as much information as you can to use it against them. And, you just really can't figure Negan out.
Yeah. I think that's what makes him so scary and why he has true fear, because you cannot predict what he's going to do at all.
It's true. And that's why he has all these people like blindly following him and doing whatever he requests.
But at the same time, he does a hell of a job. I mean, think about it. He's protecting all of these people, providing food, clothes, shelter. He goes about it in a shitty way. He's not a very good leader. They all following him out of fear. Right. But look what he's done. He has safe perimeters. He has lookouts. He has this massive area secured. He built up an army to take out all of the other survivors and bend them to his will. So they're paying tribute to him.
Right.
Like how much does that take? You can't help but admire him, but hate him at the same time.
It's true. I mean, he is a true strategist. I will give him that. I think that's why I like him so much. Because he do think things out, but he doesn't necessarily carry them out himself. He'll get someone else to do it, but ultimately it is his plan.
It's like a Sun Tzu, Art of War.
Yeah, definitely.
50 Law of Powers mix. Like he does everything together so he doesn't necessarily do it, but he's really doing it.
Right, exactly. Let's just say he doesn't get his hands dirty unless he wants to.
Yeah, unless he wants this to be known. So another thing that really got me thinking was how they came up with the idea of attaching those shipping container pieces to the car. So they had
hot.
They had a moving fence.
That was so hot. Right, that was so hot. Who do you think came up with that, though?
I don't know. But they're genius.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I'm gonna give it to Rick. I would give it to Rick. I'm really rooting for Rick because he took a big L last season,
Yeah.
and it was getting to the point where it was getting on my nerves. Like somebody just kicked his dog or something.
And he refused to get up. He just, somebody fighting him and he just gonna lay on the floor and let you kick him.
It's true. I didn't like that at all.
But look who he's working with. Look at some of the other characters that made complete 360s. Look at Morgan, where he was off his rocker. I don't know how he made a return.
I loved it.
Look who he is now. Look at the minds he's dealing with. What about Carol? He has Carol.
Yeah, Carol did a 180 too, because all she wanted to do was read and bake cookies. And I miss that badass Carol though. Mm-hmm. I'm not even gonna lie, I miss it.
Every time she tries to retire it, she has to make the beast come out. She gotta
come back.
She has to.
But they come on now. I understand you trying to preserve your humanity, but it's the apocalypse. It's like you have no humanity. It's purely self-preservation and survival.
That's Negan talking.
Negan Jr. over here.
That is Negan talking. I mean, the whole purpose, the whole main thing about The Walking Dead is the, age-old battle between good and evil.
It's true.
But you have to, once you blur a certain line, how are they going to be any different from Negan? Or how is Negan any different for them? Like, from the way you're thinking about it, there is no humanity. You have to do whatever you have to do to survive. But that's not really surviving, is it?
Well, here's the thing. If you feel bad about it, go plant some flowers. There you go.
You want me to look at the flowers now?
There you go. Look at the flowers.
Okay. Y'all hear she threatening me. Just so if anything happened to me, y'all know what really went happen down.
Oh my goodness. What's next? Because I didn't watch it.
I was impressed by how calm they were waiting for all those walkers. I mean, can you imagine laying on the overpass, sitting there and watching? It looked like hundreds and thousands of walkers, like passing beneath, like you're the Pied Piper of walkers.
But honey, they only go 0.1 mile an hour.
But the sheer volume of them.
Well, I understand, but you know what? They've been fighting walkers for a long time. And they pretty much are, if you saw one, you saw the others. So they pretty much know how to handle them.
So they're completely desensitized at this point?
I think they are.
Okay.
I think they are.
I'm not sure that I could ever be that calm with thousands around me. I can't imagine that for myself.
It's either one or two things. You either gonna fight or you just gonna give up, one of the two.
True.
The choice is yours.
And then this episode really showcases Negan as the master manipulator.
He always has been.
He is he's just so relaxed about Rick and everybody showing up. Like, he's not bothered at all. He's like, oh, we were just in a meeting.
He is never bothered. I think that's why I gravitate towards him and his attitude to a certain extent. I mean, he's never bothered. Even last season when Sasha had jumped out of the coffin and was a zombie and attacked Negan. Mm-hmm. He was surprised, but he was still cool about it, though. He was like, well, I didn't even expect that. It's like, dude, like, your face was about to get bitten off, and he still really didn't bust a sweat with it. That's badass to me.
Yeah, when you think about it, yeah.
So, I guess his attitude is, look, eventually we all going to die. I'm just trying to be the last one.
Yeah. I was surprised he brought Eugene out again.
Oh, Eugene, that bastard.
I just don't see how they continue to follow him. He would sell out his whole community as long as it meant that he was safe.
It's true, but they don't know that. That's the sad part. They do not know that, except for Dwight. What'd you call him? Melt face?
Yeah, melt face. Melt face. Him and White Jesus.
Right.
Yeah, him and White Jesus know what's going on.
Exactly.
So, I really appreciate the fact that he brought them out to make the saviors, just a bigger organization, and forcing the people who are volunteered to stand with Rick, plus ousting their families at the same time. Like, you would think if you have any family left, you're going to support it or take care of it no matter what. But they stayed.
Right. But at this point, it's do or die. It's like, regardless of the fact if they were pushed out of Hilltop and had to fend for themselves, they're pretty much doing that now in the community, because everything that they do grow or they do find, they have to turn it over to Negan. So at this point, it's like, who gives a damn? Let's just fight.
So you weren't surprised when he said that and nobody left Rick's side?
No, because I think they're just tired. I mean, honestly, you go day in, day out, fighting walkers, trying to, find something to eat, or you're growing your produce, and then somebody just comes along and then just take the fruit of your labor and leave you with nothing. Oh yeah, I'm ready to fight.
Yeah, I guess at that point you might as well.
You might as well. Like, who gives a damn? It can't be no worse than what we're going through now. Still starving. It's still hungry,
Exactly.
So why not fight?
I think they like Rick's idea of when he was saying, let's start here and start now, so they could start over and be prepared, have a new beginning.
Exactly. And they all need to just come together, though.
Yeah, they do.
All the community.
There's no other way they're going to survive.
Exactly.
I mean, I can't believe they haven't figured that out yet.
But you know what, though? Even this is a TV show and with, characters and whatnot, but just a message needs to carry on through our community. We really do need to come together. That's the only way that we're going to survive.
Exactly.
And to progress. There is no man is an island.
Or you get overrun.
There you go. Oh my goodness, buddy. This episode was so freaking boring. I was so disappointed, because just like how you said that they were stretching out the episode, we're like stretching out this show, trying to find something to talk about. I am too mad about it.
Well, I have some stuff I want to talk about.
Well, go ahead, boo.
I want to know what's going on with this mysterious guy that Carl ran into that Rick ran off.
Oh, yeah. He could be a spy. He could not. We don't know.
And then Carl went back and left him some supplies and a sorry note.
Well, see, Carl's not completely numb. He has some humanity. See, there you go. You
Right.
got somebody. Me, he should just go and plant a flower.
You with these flowers.
I know, right?
So what about the whole Father Gabriel scene? Father Gabriel goes back to get Rick and tell him, remember, it's not about you. Let's go. Rick jumps in the car. Father Gabriel jumps in his car. He's ready to leave. Then you see Eugene begging for help. Father Gabriel, he wrestles with his conscience, what he wants to do. Jumps out the car to save him. And what does Eugene do? Takes his car and leaves him there stranded.
The typical Eugene. And girl, I ain't see that.
So Eugene makes it. He doesn't die. He gets rid of the walkers at the last minute, gets inside, and then somebody's asking him about shitting pants. And lo and behold, he's trapped in there with Negan as hundreds and thousands of zombies swarm the complex. I think it was just, at this point, I don't really want Father Gabriel to die because he's made such a change when you talk about character transitions from allowing all those people to die, from when he got rescued and the whole backstory about him to sacrificing himself twice. He went back to get Rick and said, this is not about you. It's time to go. And then he goes back to Eugene, the one who's done no one favors at all, not even his own community. No. And he said he risked his life to save him.
I think that's just the priest side of him. But also, he, like you said, he did come a long way. And it was bogus what he did in his past. And that has really haunted him. Mm-hmm. And for that reason that he couldn't make peace with it is the reason why he wasn't any help to anyone.
I agree.
But, once he made that peace, it is what it is. He done what he did. He was able to progress and move forward and be a help and a service to his community. And it is kind of jacked up that he did sacrifice that for Eugene wormy self. I mean, that dude, no spine, no balls, nothing but just a bad mullet.
Everyone's better off without him.
It really.
But I do think, do you think it's poetic justice, or do you think that Father Gabriel has atoned for what he's done in the past and he's vindicated himself?
I think he has vindicated himself. He has shown that, what I did was effed up, but, I'm here, I'm now in the present, and I'm trying to help. It'd be kind of jacked up if they killed him off, though. I think they should keep him on and then let him prove himself. But we'll see.
I think there are some things that you can not be redeemed for. Like, I think there are some things that you can't get that stain off of you. It's something you've done, and it's nothing you can do about it. And I'm not sure that he's redeemed himself. What he did was heinous, and it took him so long to make his character transition to who he is now that I don't think it's enough.
Well, that's why they should keep him on. Let that man get some atonement.
And I'm just wondering how Negan is going to use him as a pawn. Or has it been his plan all along?
You know what? It very may well have been Negan's plan. Because you never can know about the White. You never can know about him. He seemed like he wants to, get rid or be free of Negan. And then when Negan get in his face, it's like he folds. So you never know.
But what can he do but fold? He's already got half his face burned off. What else is he going to do?
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. You already got half your face all burnt off and everything. So why not just go ahead and just take Negan out? F it. Just go for it. Who cares? You're probably gonna die anyway, so just take him out. Save people.
I don't think he has that kind of spirit.
He doesn't.
He would have already done that.
He doesn't at all. I think he'll flip and sell everybody out for a cigarette and a beer.
I think he's one of those dogs that'll bite the hand that feeds him when it's least expected, if you think he can get away with it.
Well, you know what? He actually showed that when Daryl had helped him and his wife when they first introduced the White, he did kind of like sell Daryl out. So you're dead on with that one. He is.
But I think that he's been redeeming himself. He's been giving information to Daryl so Rick can take everything over, or so we think. Or he could just be feeding misinformation for Negan.
Exactly. Didn't you not say that he was already like super calm? So we don't know. That would have to unfold. He's one of those iffy characters.
Yes, maybe he knew all this was happening. That's why he's not worried. He already has another plan.
It's true. You know, Dwight is not like Eugene. Eugene, he is who he is. There's no guessing or nothing. You know Eugene is going to squirm out or turn you over or whatever. That's just Eugene. So you just have to accept that.
Yeah.
Dwight is just something different. I don't know. I can't call it.
Yeah, he's an enigma at this point. I'm not sure if he's necessarily on anybody's side at this moment. He's too opportunistic.
It's true.
So
What else on the list? Because I'm telling you, I'm not even interested. This episode has just sadly disappointed me. I'm like,
too many unanswered questions.
so many.
It's not even a cliffhanger. It's more of somebody was getting ready to tell you something and they said a couple of words and they just stopped speaking.
That's a good analogy. That's exactly what happened.
And you wait in suspense for something more, just staring at them inanely, but nothing happens.
It will. I was waiting and I just couldn't take it anymore, so I just washed the back of my eyelids. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I give this a -3.
Yeah, I agree. A -3 that
Right.
you forced me to watch twice. Let's not forget that, okay?
Look, I was I had energy, I was ready, and then we came back to that same part and it was moving even slower and I was like, I can't even do it no more.
I'm eating popcorn. I'm excited. I'm like, look, this is the part I was telling you about. I turn over, you sleep.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was kind of painful to watch.
I said, you fell asleep again? You're like, huh? This part again?
Oh my goodness. I don't even know if we should even air this episode of our show because it's painful. It's not even exciting. Like, oh my God, I don't even know what to do or say.
Well, at least they got to hear our sexy voices. It's okay.
It's true. So
Sexy what?
go bless yourself.
Sexy voices. Gotta turn on your super sexy voice at the end.
I am engineering and producing the show.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We really appreciate you as an audience.